if you don't feel a little scared, it's because you're just playing it safe, and then your songs are maybe not as exciting or whatever. So for us, it just felt right to try it, and once we got over that, we said, okay, let's go for it. All the songs started to come out, and it was fun, and it was actually exciting for us to be in the studio and to be writing those songs and to be playing them. It was like it felt like a new beginning for the band. It was really cool.
Cool. Now I know that right now you're promoting this album, but at what time did you start feeling the curiosity of, okay, let's start doing new music? Like when you're on tour, or you like to tour and then after the tour start making new music?
I think when we're touring, we're so busy. You know, you have every day, you have shows, you have interviews. Like today, we have like 4 or 5 hours of interviews, then we play a show. There's not much time to think about writing new songs. I think you gather ideas, and you, especially when it comes to living your life, you know, and finding ideas for subjects for songs. That's when it really happens. But when it, you know, I think we rather work hard, play the shows, tour like crazy, and then take a break, and then focus on writing, and really just give it all we have, you know, and just really focus on that for months, and then that's the way we do it.
Now, we're during this year, the channel that I work, Telehit, is celebrating his anniversary number 15. Do you remember what were you doing 1993, and what kind of music do you into at that moment? Starting, if you want, with you.
What we were doing when we were young?
On 1993, and the music that you used to get in.
1993 was when I started discovering all the, you know, like the Southern California, the Fat Record, you know, Fat Mike from NoFX's record label, you know, bands like Lagwagon. I loved Propaganda, they're a Canadian band. I discovered Green Day, you know, not too long after. Yeah, I was pretty much doing nothing but trying to discover the new bands that I would love, and try to go see the concerts if I could skip school for a few days, you know, it's good.
I think all of us were kind of playing in bands like that. We kind of discovered all the same bands, and we were into Pearl Jam before, and like Rage Against the Machine, all that, and it made us want to play in bands. So I remember Pierre and I started a band around that time. Yeah, 1993, first record with Reset. Yeah, it was our first demo. Yeah, first tape, and I think Jeff was playing as well with, you know, with some bands in high school. We were all in the same high school, so we all knew each other. I think Seb was coming to our shows.
I started playing guitar in '93, so I was going to their shows, and that's when I got into the whole punk rock thing as well.
Well, now talking precisely about Reset, tell us the biggest lesson that band bring it to you, and you use it in Simple Plan. I know you were really young. Are you okay, man? Yeah, you. Okay. No, you can sit here, dude. Okay. Pasa, hermanos, pasa. He was just concentrated on the answer. Are you okay, man?
Yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine.
No more tacos for you.
Tacos are over for Pierre. Biggest lesson I learned was to lose some weight. No, I think the biggest lesson was to know that you can build something on your own. You know, you don't necessarily need, you know, a big record label, and it's about the grassroots. You know, going out there, playing shows, and meeting people, and really just getting a good live show without having much budget. You know, back then we didn't have a lot of money at all. Actually, we were probably in the minus category, but we were really just, it's about playing a good show and having a lot of energy. You know, and that's what I learned probably the most from that era.
Cool. And now talking about what's next with Simple Plan after these shows here in Mexico, where are you going to be doing?
Well, there's a lot of touring left. You know, we're going to go to Australia, we're going to go to Europe, South America, possibly to U.S. too. So we're going to be touring quite a bit. And after that, we you know, as Pierre said, we need to take a little bit of a break, you know, to start writing and making new records. So I think it's you know, it's kind of funny for a band. You know, everything kind of goes through cycles. Like you make a record, you go back on tour. So when this cycle ends, you kind of have to start it all over, you know. And we kind of have to question ourselves, you know, which direction we're going to take. You know, what do we want to do musically? What we want to do, you know, as a live band. But we know that there's a lot more ahead of us. So yeah, it's just going to be a lot of work and a lot of fun. I think it's just a process that you need to keep on doing.
Cool. Did you imagine traveling around the world that much that you've been doing?
I think you always kind of dream for that. You always hope it's going to happen. I'm not sure that we ever imagined that, you know, our band was going to have the kind of career that we have. Obviously, you're always very surprised and happy and proud. But I think that we all had that dream that we wanted to, like, play shows and go all over the world and have our music heard. I think that, we all told our parents, like, yeah, one day we'll be playing in Australia, we'll be playing in Japan. They all kind of laughed at us and say, yeah, okay, whatever. And then we made it happen. So I think it's one of our biggest prizes that we're a band that not only is, doing well in Canada and the U.S., but, we've really worked hard to go all over the world, and that was important for us. So, yeah.
And I think it's great also to have the time to enjoy it, because sometimes, like you said, with so many shows, you don't have time to enjoy it. You probably like, well, I'm in Japan, but I just know the hotel and the venue. It's important to have time.
Once in a while, it is unfortunate that, you go through a city and you just stay backstage and you don't do much, But since we've been around, quite a few times around the world, the days off kind of change, You're not in the same city for the same day off. So when you do have a day off, you go out, you go see the city. And we also make a pretty good effort, to actually get out there and take pictures and do things. And also, like eat at, the restaurants or local restaurants. We don't do the McDonald's and we don't do the Starbucks. We try to,
Good.
Yeah, we try to, submerge ourselves in the culture that that we're living in.
Okay, now the last question, and it's a really simple question. Why did you decide to put this album Simple Plan and not just another name?
I think we just wanted to really, mark the fact that it was a different album. We the last two albums that we had, they had those funny kind of, comic names, and this album musically was a little bit different. We wanted the title to also reflect that. So we didn't want to push it all the way to the other side and make a super serious title and make it all cheesy, because that's not really our style. We like to have a good time, and that we wanted to keep that in mind. So we just, put it as a self-titled album because we thought it's a big record for us. It's very important, and it just felt right, So there's no really specific reason. It just kind of really felt like it was the right one.
Well, really, thank you very much for the time of this interview. Good luck. I know it's going to be great, the show, and congratulations because of the album. Ya lo vieron, ellos son Simple Plan. Vamos a continuar con más, no le cambien, estamos aquí en Telehit.